welcome shit, I'm not gonna start the video. Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is Tina Chanel Wapping Wagwan Goodie Gang. Yes, we'll come back again with another video. And before further ado, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and follow me on everything and be a part of the gang that is good. Period. Okay, so let's get into this video. So, okay, we're gonna talk about standards. And are your standards too high, ladies? And you know, basically stay away from men who tell you that your standards are too high, because our standards are not too high, okay? They're perfectly a-okay and fine, all right? So I wrote down some things that used to happen to me, and I'm gonna share them with you guys. Okay, so this is about, I'm just basically going to talk about like what we allow, like basically in our early dating stages when we start having like boyfriends. Probably like 13, 14 years old, you start having a boyfriend. You know, something more like say you're something more along the lines of you and them are kissing each other, you know, holding hands. Hopefully you're not fucking. I don't think you should be having sex at 14. Some girls have, but I personally do not condone sex at 14. I think you should wait at least until you're 18 years old to have sex. However, to each his own. You know, that's one thing. And basically, you know, we take a lot of shit in our early years of relationships, our teen years onto our early 20s. Sometimes people are still taking bullshit in their 30s. Well, that needs to stop. You need to up your level of standards and you need to dump the bullshit. Coming to one, none of my goodie gang got you all kind of fuck your rubbish and all type of things. Okay? That's a no-go. Alright? No, no, no. Okay. So I'm gonna say here, you know, you have to make, for you to have standards for a relationship, you need to set those same standards for yourself. I'm gonna say that one more time, okay? You need to set the same standards for yourself, meaning if you don't have a car, nah, he should have a car. Nah, okay, I'm gonna be for real. If you don't have a car, work on getting a car. If you don't have your own place, work on getting your own place. If you have a space and it's nice, then that's fine. I feel like for a lot of times people rush certain things. I feel like, you know, live with your family as long as you can live with your family. Hopefully you have some privacy, and that'll be great too. You know, also, you know, get a job. You know, up your style, up your fashion, up your hair, you know, things like that. Up your appearance to approach the men and to bring in the men that you want to get, you know. If you want certain caliber of men, you have to look a certain kind of way, or you're still gonna always attract the same kind of man. And that's another thing. I feel like you should up everything, level up completely and totally for everything, you know. That's just another thing to do. Make sure that you're stable financially. We're not all going to be stable financially in our early 20s. If you are, kudos to you, bitch. But if you're not, work on it. Get your degree. Start a business. Whatever you decide you want to do, do that, okay? Another thing, we're going to get in a car, like I said. So I want to get into, like, you know, topics about how he approaches you. So my thing is, I wrote down, pay attention to the approach. Pay attention to how he comes to you and things like that. I'm going to get into a story, a little story. So this one guy, he just wasn't for me. And I know I have high standards, and he didn't reach none of them, okay? So his approach, he came up to me very arrogant. And there's one thing I do not like. I don't like an arrogant man. A confident man speaks volumes more than an arrogant man, okay? I like a man with confidence, not arrogance. Different. So he came to me as if he was my savior. Like, he saved me from whatever it is I was doing. Or like, he was like, oh, you look like you lonely and da da da. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not. I'm good, you know. But, you know, men tend to come up to us and they whatever type of way. Also, pay attention to the things that he discusses with you. Pay attention to what his talks about, his topics that he brings up, his discussions. Pay very close attention to those things, because sometimes his way of speaking to you is the way that he moves through the world, and you need to pay attention to that to level up and have the standard that you want and the man that you want to have in your life, you know, because everybody wants a upstanding, good, God-fearing man, but you have to make sure, is he that, you know? Is he those things? You got to figure that out. Another thing, we're going to get into some topics, okay? So another topic, all right? This particular guy, there's two guys, okay? There's two guys that was going through the same type of bullshit. So that's why I realized I need to reevaluate my life, because I don't know why these dudes keep approaching me. Then I started to realize these niggas are going to approach any fucking body, but hey. So I started to realize to myself, like, you know, why do I keep attracting these type of men? I don't really know, but I just had to look deep within. Is it me or whatever? But to each his own. I'm gonna tell you, okay, so this guy, I'm talking about the first guy, he had 3 baby mothers. He wasn't even 30 yet. He had 3 baby mothers. I did not know any of that. We weren't dating, however, we were still in communication. We weren't even talking like that, but we were on surface level conversation, you know? I never got into any depth with him because he was being very secretive, and I don't like that. Do not be with a secretive man. Don't be with anyone that won't answer your questions. Secondly, he owed child support. He had to pay child support. Ladies, I'm not gonna stress this enough. If you're gonna deal with a man with a child, I suggest you find out what's going on, what's the situation between him and the baby's mother. Does he pay child support? Does the child live with him? Does the child live with her? Are you a weekend dad? Are you a full-time father? How often do you see your kid? These are things you gotta know, because a lot of times women who do date men who have children, they don't really know what's going on the other side of that spectrum, because you're here, then he has a life there. So that's something that you have to really try to figure out to see where you stand with him, because it's like, if this man has a child, I doubt he's looking for somebody to just be messing around with. I'm thinking he's looking for somebody to potentially be a mother, you know, stepmom, or someone to be involved in the children's life. So you need to ask them questions. What's the deal between you and your baby mama? Is you and her together? Do you still mess with her? Do you mess with this lady? Or is it just a co-parent situation? Because a lot of these times, these baby moms don't want to let the nigga go. The nigga still fuck her just to make sure that he can see his kids, or so she don't put him on no child support, or whatever the fucking cases may be. Just like this other guy, that he was in the same situation, but he only had 1 child. And I asked him, what's the situation between you and your baby mother? And he's basically said, I deal with her when I deal with her. What does that mean? Okay? Listen, let me tell you something that I know. My mom told me, don't ever think you're different than the other woman, okay? To be honest, we are all the same. You got a pussy, I got a pussy. You got titties, I got titties. You pretty, I'm pretty. Listen, he found something in each of us to want to interact with us. Period, okay? Whatever, pay attention to the way they talk about the women in their lives. Pay attention to how they talk about their ex, particularly. Pay attention to how they talk about her. Because at the end of the day, he might be lying about things about her. Like, say, oh, she cheated and da-da-da-da, whatever the cases may be. She probably cheated. But why did she cheat? What happened between you and her? Why did y'all break up? What happened? What was going on? What did you do? What did she do? These are questions you need to know. I feel like as women, you need to ask open-ended questions. Do not ever ask a man a question that he could just only say yes and no to. Ask questions that he have to explain himself, because you gotta be the feds on these niggas, for real. Like, you have to ask a lot of questions, because a lot of times these dudes don't want to tell us nothing, so we have to investigate and dig up our own dirt. And I feel like now you're becoming a detective, and that just puts more strain on you to try to figure out this nigga life, and without him just having to come forth and tell it to you. Sis, up your standards. If he don't want to tell you certain things about his self, I think that's like a thing, like a wake-up call. Like, just don't deal with him. Like, if he doesn't want to get into in depth into his life, don't involve yourself with a secretive type of man, because who knows what this motherfucker be hiding. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyhow, you need a nigga with financial stability, okay? He gotta have some money, you know. I'm not saying, you know, be a gold digger. Nah. I'm just being honest. We all want a man with money. Every girl wants a man who has something, you know, just to be able to take me on a nice date and, you know, just go out. Whenever I say, you know, babe, I want to see a movie, I want to go out to eat, I want to do something to make sure that, okay, we can do it. However, he's not going to always be able to do that with you. Just saying, we don't know how his pockets are, but we like that, you know. Even if you say, oh, babe, I'm hungry, and he'd be like, oh, get dressed, I'll pick you up in like 10 minutes. I love that shit. That shit is kind of cute. Like, you know, just get dressed and I'm gonna come scoop you up or whatever. That's so cute to me. You don't know where you're going or what you're doing, but just to know that he got it enough to be like, I'm gonna come get you and we're just gonna go out or whatever, take you on a cute little date. I think that's really cute. Those are good for your standards, baby. Going back into paying attention to how he talks about his ex, okay? So a lot of times women, they like to stay with a dude because they feel like they got one up over another girl. One, you do not have one up over her. Just because you decided to stay with him does not mean you're above another woman, okay? If he didn't put a ring on you, you're just like the rest of them. You're just like the rest of them, okay? Do you want to be one of them, or do you want to be the one, okay? At the end of the day, don't battle with a dude. Do not battle with a dude, with a woman over a guy. Like, just don't. Take yourself out of the equation, okay? That is having standards. If he don't want to set shit straight between her or whatever's going on, just exit yourself out of that equation, because you don't need the drama. You don't need the fucking stress, okay? It's not cute, sis. No girl, no bad girl, no goody girl, no do try to fight over nobody's son. We don't stress over these dudes. We don't chase niggas. We replace niggas, okay? We don't do none of that shit around here. He gotta go. Bye-bye. All right. However, I feel like you just gotta overall love yourself and just keep up with yourself, and then you will attract the men that you want. And make a list of the type of man that you want and check it off as you're dealing with guys. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, when you're dating, you should keep a list. Even if you write it down, you want to put it in your purse or whatever, or you keep a mental note of it. Never tell the man what's on your list, okay? Because I feel like if you let him know what's on this list, he's just gonna play the part and not be genuine about it. Check off the list if the dude is doing what you want. Don't let him know what it is. Don't. Whenever a dude asks you what type of man do you like, don't answer that. That's a very general question. Don't answer that. You keep a mental note of what type of man you want, but never tell him the type of man you want, because he's just gonna play the part of the type of man you want and later on switch up on you and be the type of man that he truly is. And that's the truth. So keep a mental note of that. Check it off as you go along, and then whoever fits the criteria, that's who you pick, boo. That's who you stay with. Period, point blank, period. Okay, because not everybody deserves the good grip and the good watermelon. I'm just saying. They don't. Not every nigga deserves the good grip. Okay, they do not. Cause when I whisk, boom, boom, niceness out there. So when I waste it, don't waste the good shit on a whack nigga, okay? Because we don't want no whack ass dude messing with our good shit. I'm just saying, like, Goodie Gang out. Period. Bye.